This is the Tom Barnard Podcast. Listen live weekday mornings, 8 to 9:30, or anytime you like as a podcast on the Tom Barnard app at tombarnardshow.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't tell me where to get my podcast. That's all there is to it. Ladies, good morning. How are you?
Fantastic. How about you?
Magnificent. I woke up this morning and went for a wonderful walk. The reason I went for a wonderful walk, we're coming back. We start back a week from tomorrow. Looking forward to getting back up to Minnesota for several months. That'll be nice, but I'm going for my walk. And I got in 5 miles this morning before I got back because 93 with 90% humidity later on today.
Ooh.
That'll be toasty. Now, guess when Uncle Tommy won't be down here next year? That would be in mid-May. Jesus, is it hot. I mean, it's just hotter than hell, man. What are you going to do? Okay, we were talking about Eric Adams, the mayor of New York. He was in the Senate, and he was a copper, and he was all kinds of stuff. He said something, as a black man in America today, that if a honky had said it, they'd be accused of, you racist bastards. I guarantee it. He was talking about they have all these public swimming pools in New York City, and they can't find lifeguards. He goes, I've got the answer for it. This is on television. He said this. I got it all covered. Don't worry about it. I mean, we have all these immigrants in town. We got to use these immigrants because they're wonderful swimmers. What?
Just going to leave now.
What
are we even talking about?
You know, when I think Venezuela, I think swimming. There's no question. Where did you come up with Venezuelans and just immigrants in general are really good swimmers? Because they walked across a 1-foot pond to get here?
Right. Oh, you're right, Eric. All immigrants just swam across swam in here across the ocean to get here. And yeah, and don't you need like a license to be a lifeguard? Like you don't just, go, hey AJ, we need you to go head down to the pool today.
I'll get up on the chair. Don't worry.
Like what?
I'll go Wendy Peppercorn on it. What do politicians not have PR teams anymore? What happened?
Well,
gone are the days where I feel like there's like pre-written out statements where they practice what they're gonna say and it looks good for the public. It's just let's get up on a mic and it's unfiltered and whatever comes right off top of the dome, we're gonna fire it out there, and then we'll deal with the repercussions later. Let's think about what we're going to say.
Yes.
What an idiot. Who was the guy on national television, I think it was on the NFL Sunday show, who said that black people can't swim? Who was that? Remember that?
I don't remember that.
Well, it was before your time, actually, so there's no way you'd remember that. But if you could look it up, was it Andy something? What the hell was that guy? Yeah, black people, the problem with them is they can't swim. It's like, what?
Yeah, and with politicians, like most of the time, you kind of know generally what questions you're going to get. And so you're like AJ said, you're like your PR team. Okay, here's the questions we think you're going to get. Here's your answer for them. If anything gets asked that's not on this list, give some just bland, no comment type statement.
Yeah,
don't just go up there and wing it. That's like when Trump during the pandemic, somebody asked him about some like disinfectant and he didn't understand that it was like bleach or something. He was like, well, maybe you drink it or something. And I was like, you don't go off the cuff. Just stick to your script, get up and get down.
And it's okay to just say, you know what? I don't think I have enough of knowledge to have an opinion on something.
Oh yeah.
That's so much more respectable than any answer you could give.
You know what's interesting? Those guys with the Trump administration have got a big job ahead of them because he's up in all the polls and all the rest of it. But the problem they have is if they do debates and he just tries to run over the debate, it's going to look really bad. They're going to have to rein him in or he's going to screw it up.
Yeah. Well, I saw an article that Biden is saying he's going to not debate. Or he's like withdrawing from the debates, and so
he said he's going to do them today. He says he's going to do them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you were right. He said he wasn't going to do any debates, so now he's going to do 2 debates.
Oh, because I got excited. I was like, does this mean we don't have to sit through?
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be amazing. But I feel like you have to have you have to have the sitting president be like, yeah, I'm going to do the debates, right?
Yeah. I just also, Joe, you got to stop saying that when you took office, interest was at 9%. It was at 1.4%. You can prove it over and over and over again. It became 9% in 2022 when you were president. Look, I'm not going after Joe Biden to try to ruin him, but why do you lie like that? It's so easy to prove that you're lying. You're our president. Don't blatantly lie. Look, I know you're gonna kind of go around the edges of some things because all presidents do that. But to flat out lie like that, come on, Joe, Jesus, you got to be smarter than that.
I feel like both him and Trump at times just forget that people can look in a matter of seconds, look up what they're talking about and be like, that's just not true.
Yeah.
Not even close.
They're definitely banking on that most people won't look it up. They're like, if we just keep saying this over and over and over again, they'll just believe us eventually.
Right. If I were Joe Biden, I'd say yes. When I came to the presidency, it was 1.4%. We made a couple of changes. It got up to 9%. But hey, you know what? We all came together shoulder to shoulder. Now it's back down to 3.5%. That's what he should have said.
Yeah.
Instead, he's trying to lie and say that when he came into office, it was at 9%. No, it was not. It's very easy to prove that you're lying.
Yeah.
Why? Don't lie to the people. Well, the presidents are going to lie to the people, I suppose, but such a blatant lie makes no sense whatsoever. But I don't know. We'll see how the whole thing goes. And you still got people. James Carville does not want Biden to run for president again. And I mean, obviously, he's going to be their candidate. He's the president of the United States. He's going to run again. He wants to run again, so he's going to run again. This is what we got, folks. You know.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest with you. Looking all the way back to my childhood, I was like, "This is the best we got, huh? That's it." Okay. And you know what I just love about that? You got the Bill Clinton banging every woman in sight, Donald Trump banging every woman in sight. JFK used to bang women in the White House swimming pool. It always happens. When you're the president, apparently you're going to get stooped all the time. That's just how it is.
He seems like the only one that really got punished for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Clinton's the only one who got his ass handed to him for doing it. And that, again, I've said it 5 times, I'll say it again, that should have never happened because that brought on all of this animus. You're going to destroy us? Now next time you're in, we're going to destroy you. That's where all this bullshit comes from. Really stupid political mistakes. You go out there and chirp all you want about how he's, getting laid constantly, but don't try to throw him out of office because he's getting some action.
If he was like the president of a frat, he would be the coolest guy on campus.
Well, there you go. That's exactly.
You are the president, sir. You cannot be doing that.
And another thing, I will defend Bill Clinton, although he made the decision, so it's his own fault. Really, Hillary? Okay, that's great there, Bill.
Yeah, and Bill got just absolutely just crucified for the whole Monica Lewinsky thing. I remember like Cat Williams was on stage making jokes about him, like just poor Bill. Although people were like, yeah, he's our first black president. No offense to Obama, Bill Clinton was our first black president.
That's right. I remember that. That was very good, actually. Look, just calm down, everybody. Relax with all of this. But now I suppose that it's in high gear. It's just never going to end. No. Because I guarantee you, no matter who wins, if Biden wins, they'll keep going after Trump. If Trump wins, they'll go after Biden. I mean, this is not going to end now. Now they've opened that door, and it's never going to end, you stupid bastards.
It's like one of those. The Rock and like Vin Diesel had those. They can't lose a fight clause, right?
Right.
So when you watch them fight in like Fast and Furious, it's like, okay, they just go punch for punch, like equal amount of damage on both sides. You're never going to get that here. Like right now, one person's going to say we're the winner, and then the other side's going to say we got to come back and even the odds or get ahead. And it's never going to be dead on, dead center. We need the no lose clauses.
Exactly. Everybody just relax. I've had Donald Trump as a president. I've had Joe Biden as a president. Have things been great? No, not always. But did I get by? Yes. My life continued. No matter who gets elected president, unless it's like Hitler or somebody like that, I wouldn't care for that too much. But these parties, they're politicians. Politicians are not my kind of people. I thought they would be for a while, but they're just not my kind of people. They're in it for the fame and the money. They don't give a rat's ass about America.
No.
You guys buy it?
Oh yeah. They use the American people as a tool to get what they need. Yeah.
Unfortunately, as they say in New York, unfortunately. God, I was talking to a guy yesterday from New York.
Yeah.
I was like, where's closed captioning? I was talking to this guy yesterday. It was unbelievable. I was talking to him. Like, what are you saying? I can't understand. Are you speaking?
The New York, and then as well as like the super Southern country accent.
Oh, God, that's another one. Another, some of y'all never been down south too much. I don't tell you a little bit about this. So you understand what I'm talking about. They do. They don't even open their mouth when they talk.
No, I'll have to see if I can find the video, but there's a rookie in the NFL that got drafted by the Panthers. His mouth does not move when he talks. Every interview he does, people will then go and like, for those of you that need it translated, and they'll post the transcript of what he said. It's bad.
I love it. That works for me. Pretty excited today, ladies and gentlemen. Judd Zulgad will be with us. Chris Egert's coming on. Don McLean will be on. I love talking to Don McLean. He's one of my favorite people. What a talented man he is. American Pie and all that stuff. It just, what a talent. But he's got a song that I absolutely love that I played on WDGY. I was one of the only people in the country that played it. It was called Wonderful Babies. And it's about a baby being born. And the message at the end of the song is not too positive. I will tell you that. It's just a magnificent song. But I'm really looking forward to talking to Don McLean. He's going to be on 9:15 this morning. Yep. He'll be with us in about, whatever the hell it is. I can't even see.
About 40 minutes.
He'll be with us in 40 minutes. I like it, ladies and gentlemen. So, Kristen Bird, obviously, with us. We'll take a break here. Be right back. We'll kick things off. But, just don't forget, we've already destroyed the world in the first 10 minutes of the show. What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah, only way to do it.
So it should be. Mike Lindell and MyPillow employees want to thank my listeners for all your continued support. You are terrific to him. I do appreciate that. To thank you, they're having an overstock clearance and new product sale right now for the best prices ever when you use promo code TOM. And you get free shipping on your entire order. Get 50% off the MyPillow 2.0. Also get 50% off the brand new flannel sheets that just arrived and won't last long. 6-pack towel sets for only $29.98. Take advantage of the free shipping on larger items such as mattresses, mattress toppers, 100% made in the USA, on sale for as low as $99.99. Everything's on sale, from the brand new kitchen towels that have the same technology as the bath towels that actually absorb, dog beds, blankets, couch pillows, and so much more. To get the best specials ever, go to MyPillow.com or call 800-516-5146. Use promo code TOM, and you get free shipping on your entire order. So call 800-516-5146, or, like me, you can just go to MyPillow.com and use promo code TOM.
Is that text you're sending so important that you missed your turn? Is that text you're sending so important that you ran the red light? Is that text you're sending so important you didn't see the ball coming onto the road or the child that followed? Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. When you take your eyes off the road for even 4 seconds, your vehicle travels 100 yards. That's the entire length of a football field. If you absolutely have to text, you need to pull off the road somewhere safe and do it from there. Texting and driving is against the law and can cause serious injury or even death to you and others. Now that is important. We hope you're never injured in a collision, but if you are, please contact us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Going farther with Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw & Bryant.
When you go to a restaurant, you expect the chef to be an expert. Get to work. You expect your auto mechanic to be an expert when it comes to fixing your car so you can drive it down the road without getting killed. That'd be good. You judge them both by the results of their work. Josh Arnold is an expert in investments and planning your financial future. Josh Arnold is my expert, and he should be yours too. I talk to Josh every week, and he understands the market, the economy. He knows how to plan for your retirement. Don't put it off another day. The man with your plan is Josh Arnold. Call Josh now for a no-obligation 48-minute evaluation. You got nothing to lose, and you'll have an expert planning and managing your financial future. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold, Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. I am a paid endorser.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
You damn right you are. Judd Zulgad joins us. SKOR North, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to talk any baseball because the Twins got crushed last night.
Well, I don't know if you want to talk basketball then either, since the Wolves lost 112-97 and are now down 3-2. First 3-game losing streak of the season comes at a hell of a time.
Yeah, that's not good news. It is not looking good for them. To lose 3 in a row like that is never good.
No, especially when Nikola Jokic, who's a complete freak of a player, dominates the game like he did last night. Have you watched him? Big,
yeah,
huge guy. Looks like he's not in shape and shouldn't be that good a basketball player. I mean, he's got the size, but he looks more like a football guard to me, offensive guard, and he's incredible. I mean, his footwork. He is one of the most freakish players I've ever seen play a sport, as far as what you see and then what you get.
God, I wish they had won last night. Oh, yeah, I should probably mention here, because I got to mention it a couple of times. We're not going to do the family show today because Andy is he's coming back tomorrow, I think, after his operation. They did a good job, got everything taken care of. Apparently he's getting the thumbs up. But there's a problem that developed in Alex's family as well, so we're going to take today off and hopefully be back with everybody tomorrow. But it's some good news and some not good news, unfortunately. But it's good. Andy's got a lot of good news for him, so that's a good thing. I like that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I just thought I'll bring it up another time that, so there will not be a family show today. But this show will be so powerful and big it'll just carry over anyway.
I like that. Well, if you got Don McLean, it will.
I love Don McLean so much. He's, what the great thing about him is that when I first interviewed him, literally like 40 years ago, maybe longer than that.
Yeah.
He was very close to the vest, did not want to open up. Last couple of times I've talked to him over there, I don't know, it's been a couple of years since I've talked to him now, but Don is a great interview. What a supreme talent. He's just a great guy. You can come on and talk to him if you want. You can say hello.
Unfortunately, I can't because we're going to be recording an episode. But one of my favorite songs.
Blow it off.
But one of my favorite songs of all time is Vincent.
Oh, it's a great song.
That's one of the great. American Pie is incredible, but it was so incredible that I think it overshadowed the rest of his work. But Vincent is. Phenomenal. He's got some marvelous. So he's that 70s genre, right? Of singer-songwriter. Oh, my God.
I one time did this to Catherine, and the look on her face was unbelievable because I was singing her the song Vincent.
Yeah.
Like I was hugging her, and I changed the last line of the song just a little bit. This world was never meant for one as beautiful as me. It's supposed to be you, not me.
Yes.
But she looked at me like, you prick.
Yep. You did all that just to antagonize me.
She's a very patient person. Let me say that about Catherine. She's a very, very patient woman. No question about it. So we have no sports to talk about because I don't want to talk about baseball or basketball because they both got their ass handed to them. Not just beat. They both got their ass handed to them. Mm-hmm. It was hard to handle. There's no question about it. But, and I'll mention this, Judd, we're leaving a week from tomorrow to come back to Minnesota, and it's a good thing because I just took a walk for several miles, and today, 93 with 90% humidity.
Oh, God.
It is hotter than a
So now is the time it starts to get bad, huh?
Yeah, I would say that maybe from now on, sometime in the future, we might be coming back, around May 7th.
Yeah, that's the thing with you snowbirds who go to Florida and Arizona, right? Because it doesn't get humid in Arizona, but basically I've heard there by some point in June they basically say if you want to go golfing or something, do it about 6 a.m. Because once like 9:30 or 10 hits, you're not going to want to be on a golf course or playing tennis or something like that. So it's funny how it's a great place to be until it's not, and then it's really not a great place to be, and you need to escape it for the fact that it's so stiflingly hot.
No question. And plus the fact I do miss Minnesota. I was born there, raised there, spent almost all my life there. So, coming and going, you get to that point in your life, you bounce back and forth a little bit, and it all works out in the end. But yeah, I do. There are many, like I'm going to Murray's. One of the first places I'm going to Murray's having a steak.
Oh, God.
Love it.
Take me along. The silver butter knife?
Silver butter knife, baby.
Silver butter knife is absolutely one of my favorite things. And I mean, the toast as well.
Oh, the whole shooting match. Although my favorite server retired. She was the best in the business, and she retired, which pisses me off. Also, the last time I ever saw Sid Hartman in person, I was sitting in the Sid Hartman booth at Murray's.
I sat in it once, yes.
And they put me there. I didn't ask to sit there.
Yeah,
they
we
put
got
me
put there too.
Right.
I kept
all of a
thinking,
sudden I hear, what are you doing, Sear? What are you doing at my booth?
Yep.
But the sad thing was he did not recognize me. I was like, I thought he was joking, but he's not kidding. He did not know. I knew Sid for 40 years or 35 years anyway. And toward the end, he had no idea who I was. It was very, very sad. But what are you doing in my booth? Like, get out of my booth. Barnard. Yep, it's true. So we don't have any sports to talk about. Let's talk about infections. I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to talk about your baseball team. I mean, come on, they've been playing great until they played the Yankees.
Like every year, you mean? Every year when they play the Yankees?
Now, the good news is I couldn't watch it in not one but two places last night because on Comcast, the Bally's blackout continues. But then the game also was televised nationally by TBS as part of their package. But because of the blackout restrictions protecting Bally's, because that's where I'm supposed to watch the game, so I had two channels. This $330 monster bill I pay every month. I had two channels last night telling me I couldn't watch them.
God, that is hard to take, man. That's going to be hard for you because I've been watching not all of them, but I would say 80% of the games.
Yeah, you're in great shape. You're better off the farther away you get. The people I feel bad for, and you're starting to see the stories more now, are the people in old folks homes.
Yeah, retirement homes.
Homes. And like some of these folks plan their day around watching the Twins.
Although I had a neighbor in North Minneapolis, never saw a game on television because he loved to listen to it on the radio.
Well, that's what I'm doing now.
Oh, I will tell you what. Over the years, the people that they've had announcing Twins games have been terrific. I mean, they just... Yeah, listening to a Twins game on the radio does bring back my youth. I will tell you that. It's really cool.
Well, prepare to do that quite a bit once you're back here.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy going back to your youth because that's basically how I've been consuming games unless I go because there's no way beyond that. But, yeah, I mean, baseball is the one sport that was meant for the radio. Like, it's a perfect marriage.
Mm-hmm. It is wonderful.
But that being said, in 2024, when two stations or networks are showing a Twins game and both of them are blacked out, it pisses you off a little bit.
And not anything against, I like Dick Bremer. He's a great guy. Love Dick Bremer. Did a good job, but nobody will ever top Harry. I'm sorry. He was the best of all time, and nobody will ever be that good again.
I still remember, and I'm not joking, I tweeted this last night, one of the top 5 moments in my life, and I will go to my grave saying this, is the day that it was 1982. It was June, I believe. And the day that the cable guys came and plugged the cable into our TV. And the first thing that came on, Pirates at Cubs.
Ooh,
afternoon.
Love it.
Changed my life. And of course, that was Harry.
There's no doubt. Did you ever get a chance to meet Harry?
I saw him once at a game I went to, and I think I got an autograph, but I never really met him.
Never really met him.
No.
Well, first of all, if he met you, he doesn't remember it anyway.
No.
Well, he's dead now, but I mean, my favorite thing about Harry, you get late in the game. He'd start off the game talking like, hey, you're going to have a great game today. It's going to be unbelievable. And at the end of the game, there are times when you kind of wish that, why don't you have another drink there, Harry? Jesus. He just hammered at the end of the game.
I've heard great stories about when he was doing the White Sox on, I think it was, I think the White Sox were on a UHF channel in Chicago, WFLD.
Mm-hmm.
And They would literally come back for the post-game show, and at that time, there would be like 8 Budweiser cans. Because it was the 70s. No one gave a crap.
That's right. Very
So there'd be
true.
like 8, so like he would have his scorebook and recap the game, and there would be just this row of Budweiser cans.
That was fun, though, man. Listening to Harry
Oh,
and
yeah.
Steve Stone and all those guys. It was just...
Oh, the Cubs games were the great. I mean, how much did he really create what the Cubs became?
Oh,
You know?
I agree. I do agree. Big
National
part.
platform.
Yep.
And, you know, the Cubs were, I'm not saying that they weren't lovable losers for a long time, but I think Harry took them into being a national team just because of the fact that it became, the Cubs to me were the male equivalent of a soap opera.
Yeah, no,
They were on every afternoon.
Yep.
Could count on it like, you know, clockwork. And, you know, it was appointment TV, if nothing else, to hear what Harry would have to say.
There's no question about that. It was so much fun to go to the games, to sit there in that beautiful Wrigley Field ballpark. Great part of town anyway. See, baseball, that's one thing about, I love football, love basketball. You know, I don't know much about hockey, but I like going to game once in a while. But baseball is just, it's always been America's sport, man. I just love it.
Yeah, well, and the great thing about Chicago at that time, too, was, you know, once the Metrodome was built, if you were here, it was either, County Stadium in Milwaukee or Chicago for an outdoor game. And, you know, yes, the Metrodome was involved in 2 World Series, but you can't replace outdoor baseball.
No, you cannot. Outdoor baseball. That's why that stadium we have now is spectacular.
Yeah.
Great stadium. Just a great stadium. So
and
good
they
job.
update it like every year. I believe it's 15 years, and 14 of the years it's had some type of enhancement done. And I think the Pohlads finance all, you know, that's all privately.
Oh, is it
financed?
Okay.
It's not, you know, like the Vikings are getting improvements. I know this will shock you, to U.S. Bank Stadium, and those I think they're trying to go through to get, you know, the funding for. But the Pohlads have done a ton of work there. I mean, for as much as we gripe about them investing or not investing in the payroll at times, they have invested a lot in that park. And I'm with you. I think that and the XL are just gorgeous buildings.
You know what I got to do? I got to reach out, but I can't remember his name. Somebody, Tevin, were you around when we used to have Harry from Heaven call in? Or was that before your time?
Towards the tail end of it. I never sat in on it, but I was familiar while that was going on.
We got to find that guy. We got to. Harry from Heaven is one of the great episodes of all. Well, he used to be on during baseball season. He used to be on about once a month. And the great part of it is, as the conversation went on, he'd get more and more hammered. But I can't remember the guy's name who does the impression. It's brilliant. It's really good.
I vaguely recall that.
Oh, God. Gelfand would always smart off to him, like run his smart mouth at him. And then there'd be a long pause, and then you'd hear, Barnard, control your monkeys. Gelfand as a monkey. I like that. That does work for me.
I'm sure Gelfand took that well. So.
Oh, he did. There's no. Oh, Harry. Harry. Oh, God. You know, one thing I got to tell you is God bless whoever gave me this career, because I've had some wonderful moments just watching that stuff, man.
Oh, I bet.
Fantastic. So, Twins have any chance of winning 2 out of 3? Or
well, let's see if they can get one tonight and
one
from there, and because then they play tomorrow afternoon and then travel. So,
yep.
But the Yankees are red hot, and they got some star power, man.
They do, but luckily we'll be able to talk to you tomorrow, see if it's 1-1 or, God, I hope it's not.
If they lose a second consecutive game, then we won't talk about them. We'll talk about something else. I will ask you about how things went with Don McLean if they lose.
Well, I still think you should just quit your show and come on with us.
I think Phil Mackey and Dan Seaman would frown upon that.
They would both cheer. I talked to both of them.
That's a good point. Don McLean, Cat Stevens, Gordon Lightfoot.
Cat Stevens, who's now Abdallah Budunda.
Yusuf Islam.
Yusuf Islam. There you go.
But he's been performing again his songs. You know, he stopped for a long time. He's been performing his Cat Stevens catalog. I've seen it now. He's older now, or he's old now. Yeah, and Lightfoot, I think, died last year or 2 years ago. Man, was he an incredible singer-songwriter.
Did you ever meet Gordon Lightfoot?
No.
I drove him around northern Minnesota one time when I was in the record business, and that boy could drink. I will tell you that. Whoo!
Oh, I bet he could. Well, you know, it's funny. He quit at some point and got super thin. But Gordon was chunky back then, and I don't think he ate a lot.
No, he did not eat a lot.
I think it was the booze.
Let's pull over and get a sandwich. Okay, you can close with this. I want your vote on this because this is a headline and a story this morning. Now, there's three of you, so it could be a 2-1, could be 3-0, could be 0-3. Don't know. You ready? Because you brought up having a sandwich. You ready?
Yep.
A court ruled that a taco is a sandwich.
Nope.
Why do we try and paint like hot dogs and tacos as sandwiches?
I will never understand.
Hot dogs aren't either. No,
hot dogs are not a sandwich. You're right.
They're not sandwiches. Right. A sandwich is a sandwich. Like was said long ago by the justice about pornography. I can't define it, but I know it when I see it. I know a sandwich when I see it.
I love that.
And I can tell you right now, you are right. A taco. Can you imagine calling a hard shell a sandwich?
A court ruled tacos are sandwiches. Not only just a guy, an entire court system.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. Why was a court ruling on that?
Okay. Do you have one more minute? Because I'll click on it and find out.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Are taco sandwiches? A judge in Indiana just ruled yes, they are. Some guy wanted to open a Mexican place in a strip mall, but a contract said he could only sell made-to-order sandwiches, so he sued, claiming tacos and burritos are sandwiches, and the judge agreed.
And burritos? No.
I'm going after you big time, man.
There is no Mexican food I eat that would qualify as a sandwich.
No, I know.
That judge needs to step down. First of all, I would appeal the ruling. I would appeal the ruling. Okay. And second of all, that judge should really, really consider going to a golf course and spending his years enjoying a golf course.
I love it.
That's a terrible ruling.
Don't forget now, next time you eat pizza, if you fold the slice over,
this is where we're going.
Yeah.
I thought the world was screwed up when I started this segment. Now I'm even more down on the world.
All right, get the hell off the show.
I'll see you guys later. Bye. Say hi to Don McLean for me.
We'll get it done, Pally. Hi, Tom Barnard here for Livia Weight Control Centers. Now is the time to get a jump on some of the Livia Way. Join Livia today and get your first 8 weeks for free. In those first 8 weeks, by following Livia's nutrition plan like I have been doing, and with the help of their expert team of registered dietitians and nutritionists, whom I talk to constantly, you can lose up to 20 pounds. I lost 25, actually, already. Imagine how much better you'll feel, not to mention how much better your summer clothes will fit. Yeah, I have to buy all new clothes, and it's Livia's fault. My clothes are way too big for me. Join today. You'll also receive a complimentary in-body scan. Now, here's the deal. I have lost, like I said, 25 pounds. Might be a little over that now this morning. But I'm over halfway to my goal. I wanted to lose 50 pounds, go from 265 to 51 pounds. Go from 265 to 214, and I'm just a tick over halfway there already. So that's great to know. Now, it all works out. As a brand ambassador for Livia, I really appreciated the one-on-one support that I receive at the Livia Center. I mean, I talk to Beth all the time, and I talk to a lot of them all. It's just Carol's great. They do a nice job. Join today and get your first 8 weeks of Livia's nutrition plan free. Visit Livia.com. That's Livea.com, or call 855-GO-LIVIA. And Livia's medical weight loss is now offering GLP-1 medication starting at just $299 a month. Quiet the food noise and see accelerated results by summer. Visit Livia.com or call 855-GO-LIVIA. Get a jump on summer, just like I am the Livia way.
The past several years have been the craziest in the history of the car business. The pandemic, supply chain, and chip issues all causing extreme inventory shortages that led to, well, predatory pricing. Some dealers charge thousands of dollars over MSRP.
We never played that game. I'm Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC. We knew that would leave a bad taste in a customer's mouth. More importantly, from an integrity standpoint, it was just wrong.
So what about the current market? You know, inventory and pricing.
Valley has their best inventory in years. Really all the Buick and GMC models. Even the previously hard-to-find Yukons, HD pickups, and Hummer EVs. Plenty of deep discounts. Many with factory rebates and low-interest financing.
Then it's a good time to buy?
It's a great time. We're welcoming our previous customers back, as well as anyone else that felt the treatment just didn't feel right the last time somewhere else.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Car buying without the bad aftertaste.
Let's take a second to talk about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company, Bilski. If you own a business or are thinking about starting one, make sure to check out my friends at North American Banking Company. When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, turn to their experts because they are locally owned and operated. Loan decisions are made here in the Twin Cities. They're not shipped out of state, which is a great thing. This helps business owners expand with confidence. That is a fact. So if you're looking for a better banking experience, why not bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Go to nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Channel 5's Chris Egert, brought to you by Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation at 952-925-5608. Chris Egert, you want to stick on the show with us after you're done, just so you can schmooze with Don McLean?
I would like to. That'd be pretty cool.
But you got to be on air, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
What the hell is that? Well, you got to be on the air in like 6 minutes. I better hurry up.
Yeah, that's okay. You got me on the air once at KQ with Joe Elliott from Def Leppard, and that was freaking cool, man. So I appreciate that.
Really good guy. As a matter of fact, so what's happening in your world, Pally?
Well, let's see. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about some? This is pretty interesting. We have our Survey USA poll. We do those quite often here at Channel 5, particularly as we get closer to election time. And we did a little poll, our exclusive KSTP Survey USA poll. It's exclusive. Whether or not Donald Trump's hush money trial would impact their vote. We asked Minnesotans. Any guesses? 88% said no. Yeah. So almost 90% of people said the trial's not going to impact them any way, shape, or form, which I don't find that surprising. I guess it's interesting to see the numbers, though.
You know what's going to happen, though? And this is why I think it was a horrible idea and people trying to push their own agenda and all the rest of it, because now that Trump's going through this and nothing's going to happen, I guarantee you that Biden is going to be brought into court. They're never going to stop doing this now. Now that they've started, it's never going to end.
I mean, I do tend to think you're probably right in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, and you feel like, and then I guess you sort of wonder even beyond this election then and beyond whatever happens in November, sort of going down the line, is this going to be sort of the way it's going to be forever now? But
well, this is not America when the judge tells people that he hates Donald Trump. You're the judge and you're telling people you hate him? How is that justice? And again, it's not in support of Donald Trump or anything. That's not what I'm doing. Yeah. This is America. What happened to America?
Well, and give me one court that says this, then there'll be another court that says that.
Yeah.
And how many of the judges and what their origins are and how they ended up on the bench and who appointed them. And I mean, it's a whole big complicated mess.
I just love the fact they have two people on the stand and both they had to get out of prison to do it.
I thought it was kind of interesting yesterday that the delegation of people, including North Dakota's governor, Doug Burgum, were all in the courtroom. And I guess I don't really quite know what that did. Do you think the jurors who were sitting there were like, I'm guessing the juror, I don't know that I could identify all the guys. I know it was Vivek Ramaswamy and Burgum. I don't know that I could identify all the people who came in there, and you're kind of like, well, what was the point of that? Like, I don't get it.
They're politicians. This is all about money and fame. Got nothing to do with serving the people.
Well, they definitely got they all definitely got their moment in front of the cameras yesterday.
Yeah.
That was, and I just thought that was, let me read a little bit more. 0% say they'd switch to President Joe Biden based on this. 5% said they'd switch to a third-party candidate. 6% said they're unsure. When asked about the general support, 44% of Minnesotans said that they were leaning toward Biden, and just 2% ahead of Trump. So basically, I think that what you hear from that poll is they're, from a numbers standpoint, basically equal. 9% said other, 5% were undecided. So,
you know what I love now? But his last name is Kennedy, so it does make sense. I think old RFK's number is going to drop a little bit when they have proof that he's cheated on his wife at least 29 times.
Oh, jeez. That's not great.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Very precise number, at least 29.
At least 29 times. This guy's banging everybody in sight. He thinks he's Bill Clinton part 2. Maybe
it's that brain, that worm brain, or that worm that's in his. All of it, the whole thing. I don't know. Yes. I didn't mean to bring it up because I actually don't even like talking about it. I understand. I'm sort of tired of all of it, but I guess that's the climate that we're in right now, right?
It's true. All right, Pally, I'll get you on early tomorrow because I know you got to get on the news, and unfortunately, we only got about 5 minutes with my buddy Chris Egert. What the hell is that, Tom?
Hey, all good. Enjoy the interview with Mr. American Pie. That'll be cool.
We'll get it done. Thanks, Chris.
Okay, bye, guys. Have a good day.
Chris Egert News, ladies and gentlemen. Channel 5's Chris Egert, brought to you by Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation at 952-925-5608. We'll be right back with one of my favorite people in the world, Don McLean, right after this. In addition to having the best selection in town, K&L Surplus and Ammo also can help you sell your firearms safely and worry-free. Very, very important. You've inherited a collection of firearms from a loved one, don't know what to do with them, or if you have guns you're no longer using, call Jim at K&L Surplus and Ammo. Jim can help you sell those firearms safely and through consignment and auction. I know Jim. He's an extremely knowledgeable guy, great guy too. Will help you get top dollar, which is very important, of course. He will help you explore all the options and take the work and stress off of your shoulders. K&L Surplus and Ammo is on Lake Drive in Lina Lakes and open Tuesday through Saturday. You can also visit them online at www.klgunstore.com.
I've been tracking the weather in Minnesota for a long time. I'm 5 Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Ken Barlow. And in the morning, I've got to be right because my forecast affects your family's entire day. And in the evening, you can count on my friend, Ren.
That's right, Ken. I'm 5 Eyewitness News evening meteorologist Ren Claire. And as a Minnesotan, I know our weather can be tricky. Throughout the day and into the night, I've got you covered with an accurate forecast to help keep your family safe and ready for any weather.
And don't forget, no matter how things change or what time of day, you'll always get our forecast first at the start of every newscast on 5 Eyewitness News. Start your day with me, Ken Barlow.
And wrap up your day with me, Ren Claire.
Because 5 Eyewitness News is always tracking our weather. So you're always alerted first. It's why 5 Eyewitness News is Minnesota's weather authority.
When you go to a restaurant, you expect the chef to be an expert. You expect your auto mechanic to be an expert when it comes to fixing your car. You judge them both by the results of their work. Josh Arnold is an expert in investments and planning your financial future. Josh Arnold is my expert, and he should be yours too. I talk to Josh every week, and he understands the market and the economy, and he knows how to plan for your retirement. Don't put it off another day. The man with your plan is Josh Arnold. Call Josh now for a no-obligation 48-minute evaluation. You've got nothing to lose, and you'll have an expert planning and managing your financial future. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. Tom Barnard is a paid endorser.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Yes, you are. Let me know when we're ready to go, if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be about 5 minutes or so. He's going to be on at 8:50.
Oh, because it says on the log 8:45.
Yeah, Tevin was saying that we got a note right after we started that they had to get pushed back 5 minutes. So we'll just have to, yeah.
So I shortened up Chris Egert for no reason? Damn it.
That's all right. I think it's fine. You know, Chris, I think we get enough of him most days anyways.
We're sick to death of him. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to speak for you guys, but you can tell them that that's what I said. I'm sick.
Okay, so he's going to be on from 50 to 9.
Yes, exactly.
8:50 to 9? Well, so what you probably should do is at like 47, just run that other break so we run it on time, right? Isn't that supposed to be in the 8 o'clock hour?
No, if we just go to break after Mr. McLean, we should be all set and still on schedule.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. I got to follow the rules. You know what I'm saying?
There's a podcast. You make your own rules.
Yeah.
Outlaw.
But you can't badmouth people that are over 100 miles away because they can still hear you. The hell? That's not fair.
Yeah, there's no like, oh, well, they don't listen to this show. They're out in California. They don't get this on the radio.
You were telling us that pre-show. I've never thought about that. Like, you know, if you were doing a show in Minneapolis and you wanted to talk about somebody in like California, it's like, well, what are they going to do about it? They're not going to
Exactly. Hey, not even only that. It's like, you know, the southern border of Minnesota. That son of a bitch. He can't hear you anyway. What's the difference? Somebody record it and send it to him on a reel-to-reel or something, I suppose, back in the day. But, you know, what the hell. Yeah, Don McLean will join us in about 3-4 minutes somewhere in there. Just let me know when he's good to go. We've already learned that tacos have been ruled to be sandwiches just so you can sell them at sandwich stores, which I don't really understand. But
no, I don't even want to say the name of that guy's sandwich store because I don't want to promote it. But, like, I'd boycott that store immediately.
Absolutely.
I got to be honest with you. Hard shell. I've noticed that soft shells have kind of taken over in the taco world. I much prefer hard shells. I love hard shell tacos.
Interesting.
I'm a soft shell guy.
Me too.
Most people are your age. Most people love soft. And I like soft shell. Don't get me wrong, but that crispiness, I like the crispiness thing. You know,
it falls apart. Like I'll do a walking taco, like where you put like the meat and cheese, like in a little Dorito bag. There we go.
A walking taco. Yeah, Mexican food. I know, you know, everybody goes, God, it all tastes the same. Yes, I know. That's why it's so good, because it all tastes the same.
They really just dialed in on one combination
They
of
did.
like flour or corn, beans, meat, cheese, and they're like, we're just doing that for everything. Burrito, taco, enchilada, the whole in caboodle.
That's gotta be so nice to just run a Mexican restaurant like that, or like, you know, if the Cheesecake Factory, they have chicken parmesan and they have shrimp Alfredo, they have you know, tostadas, they have everything under the sun. Whereas like, okay, Acapulco is just gonna get beans, chicken, steak, and then just like tomatoes and onions, and we're fine. That's all you have to order.
You know what we got to do is we got to call a Taco John's and go, hey, we were wondering, is Taco John still taco-rific? And then just hang up. What do you think?
Taco-rific. I forgot about that.
Remember, Taco John's is taco-rific.
Because they have are they the potato olays people?
I think so.
Where it's like you can get like a pound of them, which is the most probably American thing ever, just a pound of fried steak.
Those are good. I mean, Taco Bell's great. Taco John's. There's all kind of privately owned taco places. I do love Mexican food, man. It is good.
Oh yeah, and like just the fact that even just Taco Tuesday exists. There's no like, all I need is it to be a Tuesday, and let's go get some tacos. Absolutely.
Are there? What would you put in a meatless taco? Just the beans, because it wouldn't be anywhere near as good.
Yeah, they'll do like beans, or a lot of places now will do like a fried cauliflower as like kind of go-to meat substitute if you're not using like the fake meat.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea to go that route. You think?
Yeah, or you'll see shrimp tacos are a lot. Well, I guess technically it's still meat, but it's like a pescatarian diet, right? Yeah, so they'll do shrimp tacos or fish tacos, but can't go wrong with just a traditional chicken or meat.
There's that Roja over at what is that?
Yeah, over here in the West End, Rojo.
Yeah, the West End.
Yeah.
There you go. I couldn't even think of
really
West End. Rojo's really good. Yeah. Did I say Roja? It's Rojo. But in any case.
Tomato.
Tomato. Oh, listen to that. Now I want to go eat Mexican food today. Way to go.
Oh,
way to push the envelope.
There's so many good places in
there are.
Minneapolis, like especially like mom and pop type. Like there's a La Hacienda that's off of Lake Street, I believe, in Minneapolis. There's just anywhere you type in tacos and there's a million places. Taberna's really good. Yeah.
What's the name of the place in Hopkins? That's really good too. There's a taco place in Hopkins that's really good. I enjoy it quite a bit. I like that main street in Hopkins anyway. That's a great street.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's right next to the Wild Boar there.
Yes, that's exactly right.
It's like, it's not, Rusty Taco is good. That's not what you're thinking of.
But, yeah, but Rusty Taco is good too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. But a taco is not a sandwich. That's how we're going to end this all. It is not a sandwich.
Looks like, are you talking about in the Hopkins, Casa Deli or Nacho's Mexican Grill?
Nacho's Mexican Grill is what.
There you go.
Okay. There
really
you go.
Good. Really, really good. That's all we have to say to you, Buster Brown. But, I don't eat Mexican food as often as because I love Mexican food, but I only eat it like once a month. That's not enough.
No, you got to work it into your more regular diet. Yeah. Probably not good for the belt line though. So you have to, Olivia will have to work extra hard.
Olivia, get off your ass and help me out with tacos, man. I suppose there's no low-cal taco, I wouldn't think.
No, you can like substitute, fat-free cheeses or like leaner beef or something like that. But yeah, there's not really like a diet taco, unfortunately.
I have a question for you. If you get fat-free cheese on your sandwich, why don't you just grind up an old plastic Coke bottle? It's plastic. It's not even cheese, like a piece of plastic.
Or the vegan cheese. I mean, it's come a long way now, but I remember when it first came out, it was like eating like a sponge. And it's like it doesn't melt. It's
gotta chew on a sponge. God, now I want Mexican food today. Catherine, we're going Mexican food tonight. That's all I have to say. Don't question about it. It is a wonderful thing. Mexican pizza's even good. I like Mexican pizza too.
Yeah, where like they do like the olives and everything on there, and it's like essentially it's just like taco dip, I guess, on a pizza.
I suppose. Is it weird that I like olives? Is that a Catholic thing? Olives being big on? I don't know if that's a Catholic deal or not.
I don't know. I'm not a huge olive fan. Like, do you do the black and the green olives?
Oh God, yes, love them.
I can't. I'm not a huge fan.
Well, the big problem they got is some black olives. There's too much salt in the mix. They're way too salty, and that is a problem.
All right, we've got Mr. McLean on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, and by the way, Mr. McLean, Don McLean with us, new album, American Boys, coming out on May 17th, which is 2 days from today. It's this Friday. I got to be honest with you, Don, of all the years that I've talked to you over the years, whether it was at KQRS all those times or WDGY before that, I talked about the fact already, Don, and every time I talk to you, I bring this up, but I played the hell out of Wonderful Babies on WDGY 1130 AM in the Twin Cities back when it came out.
Yeah.
And I'll never get over it, Don. That's all I have. I love that song. And I will close that part of the conversation with this. If you release that song today, people would go, he's absolutely right. The world has gone crazy. Right?
It really has.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel bad for children. I honestly do. I don't think I would want to send my kid to school. You don't.
It's true.
Swear to God, I just don't know what I would do. And I definitely wouldn't send them to college. I would say, look, learn to be a carpenter or an electrician. Learn to do something that is, a skill. And you can maybe, if you want to study things, that's okay. But I just don't. These places have become too. They're turning out activists, instead of intelligent people that can discuss topics without getting mad, And I just wouldn't want to send them. And I think about this. That song was produced by the great Joel Dorn, who was one of my really good friends, and he passed away a while ago. I miss him so much. He did and discovered Roberta Flack and recorded those albums that she made, those beautiful, beautiful albums with, those songs on there that made her famous. He did all that, and he recorded hundreds of jazz acts, the biggest, the best, Yusef Lateef and Les McCann and all these people. He was and he went nuts over this song, and he put those little. He made it into a little cartoon, you know, with a little Toonerville trolley kind of sound in there.
Right.
And you know, he made that record. He really did.
God, it's so great, Don, because like I said, I think I was talking about this earlier. The first time I ever interviewed was like 50 years ago on 1500 KSTP, and I'm back working with them now after all these years. But seriously, when did you discover? And I'll give some examples. I already talked about Wonderful Babies, but American Pie. You got Castles in the Air. You got Vincent. You got all these wonderful songs. When did you discover that you could nail lyrics the way you do? My God, your lyrics are wonderful.
I'll tell you that when I started playing as a teenager, all I wanted to do was I didn't know what to do, really. I was just in love with the guitar. Mm-hmm. I was in love with this instrument. And I'm sitting now in a room with 6 guitars looking at me. 7, right? One next to me on the couch. I just love this instrument, and I love people that love guitars. I have so many good guitar playing friends that go back for decades in Nashville, and they come on the road with me, and I just listen to them. I can't believe what they can do. And so that was that. I started playing, I was 16 or whatever. I started playing a little rhythm guitar in some rock and roll bands. There were a lot of little rock and roll bands in New Rochelle. And then I did something. I also was in love with folk music, and I loved a group called the Weavers, and the Weavers were blacklisted.
Oh, sure.
But they had the most incredible, powerful harmonies. They were amazing. I got to know them very, very well. But what I did when I was like 15 was I called one of them on the phone. I called Fred Hellerman, who was the guitar player and the baritone singer, and Fred became my friend. He didn't, brush me off or anything. He treated me so nicely, and I was so interested. So the long story about how I got into show business through my knowledge and friendship with various members of the Weavers. But by 1962, a man named Eric Darling, who had been in the Weavers and left, formed the Rooftop Singers. And I was friends with him when he had the #1 record of Walk Right In.
Oh, yeah.
So all of a sudden, I was around this kind of energy. I was right there, and when this guy was having this #1 record. You couldn't get away from this thing, and he was my friend. I had known him for a year or so already before this thing hit. And so, I kept growing, and then one day I said, well, maybe I could write a song. This is 62 is when Walk Right In. By now, 65, 66, I started to try to write songs. And I started to express myself because I really couldn't find anything else out there that quite said what I wanted to say. When you're an interpreter and you're not really a songwriter, then you have to find material that other people write and really make that your own. I could do that, but there was another part of me that wanted to really say something, but I grew into it. It's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't something that I just all of a sudden could do. You take a lot of, you keep trying to do these, and all of a sudden you come up with something. This is really nice. I like this, and so that was what was going on by the time I finally made my first album, Tapestry. All of my efforts as a songwriter, the best efforts, ended up on that because I had a lot of people around me. I always wanted to make a record. Making records is the most important thing I ever did. Mm-hmm. And every record matters to me a great deal. And people would say, you're not ready to make a record. And they were good to tell me that because I wasn't. But eventually I got to the point where I had this material, Castles in the Air, And I Love You So, Tapestry, Three Flights Up, all this stuff. And I made this album, and it changed everything, the Tapestry album. Suddenly, I was getting played all over FM radio, and I was getting college concerts, and I was headlining nightclubs where I'd been a third act off and on throughout the 60s. And that was a great experience, being a third act and, on a 3-act bill in New York City, where people would come in and they just would come from all over the country. The tourists would come and sit there and look at you, and you'd get on stage and sing your little songs, and they didn't really want to hear you anyway. And then the next act would do a little better, and then the closer was the one they were after. So you learn to deal with that kind of rejection and make something out of it. And every now and then you'd really score with these people, and you felt like you really did something. So you were learning to perform, which I did throughout the 1960s. So when I had this album, I was ready for it.
That makes total sense. I do want to hear about American Boy's new album coming out just 2 days from now on Friday. Don McLean, our special guest this morning. What's American Boys all about, Don?
American Boys invented rock and roll. It's just a sort of a catalog of the great rock and roll stars. But the thing I like about it is the word invented. We invented it. America invented rock and roll, not England.
Yep.
And it comes from the blues. You didn't have Muddy Waters in London. You didn't have Leadbelly in London. No, they come from Louisiana and Texas and Mississippi and Tennessee and Alabama and down out of this areas where we had the Deep South and this struggle and all the other things that have gone on in this country. This is where this music comes from, and the church. And this is American music, so I got a chance to say that, and I'm proud of that, and I want people to realize that we are Americans, and we are a great country, and we have created things that are unforgettable. Nobody can top Buddy Holly or Johnny Cash or Elvis Presley. Nobody.
Mm-hmm. It is true. Don, any chance you're coming to the Twin Cities to do a concert?
You never know where I'll turn up. That's all I can tell you. I mean, right?
Don, come back soon. I love talking to you, man.
All over.
You're the best, pal. Thank you.
You're welcome, and I hope I shined a little light on Wonderful Baby for you. It was Joel Dorn, and Joel Dorn sings that Wonderful Baby at the very end. That's it.
It's a magnificent song. Could you just do the 2 lines? Wonderful baby, nothing good news.
Wonderful baby, living on love. The Sandman says maybe he'll take you above, up where the girls fly on ribbons and bows, where babies float by, just counting their toes.
Oh, I'm doing the background singing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don, thank you, sir. It's always a great honor. Have a great day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Don McLean, ladies and gentlemen, but he does it. We got to take a break here. Could you see if you could find Wonderful Babies? It's only 2 minutes long, so if you could just listen like the last 30 seconds of the song.
Yeah, I'll see what I can find during the break.
God, I love Don McLean. What a genius that man is. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, just a couple of minutes from right now.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President and Chief Lending Officer at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Michael Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a locally owned and operated community bank, we work with many multi-generational businesses.
Take personal care dentistry of Roseville, for example. Dr. Walter Hunt, also known as Painless to me, has been a longtime customer of the bank since we opened the bank in 1998.
When his son Kyle was ready to join the practice, they wanted to expand quickly.
With their additional space and equipment, they now are able to see more patients each day while providing the same level of care and service.
Okay, guys, I'll take it from here. If you run a family business or any kind of business for that matter, you should be banking with Brad and Mike over at North American Banking Company. Every time I deal with them or their team, I know I'm working with experienced professional bankers. So why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Is that text you're sending so important that you missed your turn? Is that text you're sending so important that you ran the red light? Is that text you're sending so important you didn't see the ball coming onto the road or the child that followed? Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. When you take your eyes off the road for even 4 seconds, your vehicle travels 100 yards. That's the entire length of a football field. If you absolutely have to text, you need to pull off the road somewhere safe and do it from there. Texting and driving is against the law and can cause serious injury or even death to you and others. Now that is important. We hope you're never injured in a collision, but if you are, please contact us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Going farther with Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw & Bryant.
Mike Lindell and MyPillow employees want to thank my listeners for all your continued support. To thank you, they're having an overstock clearance and new product sale right now for the best prices ever. When you use promo code TOM, you get free shipping on your entire order. You get 50% off the MyPillow 2.0. Also get 50% off the brand new flannel sheets that just arrived and won't last long. 6-pack towel sets for only $29.98. And take advantage of the free shipping on larger items such as mattresses and mattress toppers. 100% made in the USA, on sale for as low as $99.99. Everything is on sale, from the brand new kitchen towels that have the same technology as the bath towels that actually absorb dog beds, blankets, couch pillows, and so much more. To get the best specials ever, go to mypillow.com or call 800-516-5146. Use promo code TOM, and you can get free shipping on your entire order. So call 800-516-5146. Go to mypillow.com and use promo code TOM.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Isn't that a wonderful song, though? It sounds so sweet and lovely. And,
yeah, it's a good song.
Oh, it's a great song.
Absolutely.
It was never a hit, though. I played it every night on WDGY in 1975, and it became a minor hit in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and that's how I got to know Don McLean all those years ago. But you know what's so funny about that? At the beginning of his career, he was very standoffish, but now he's gotten a little older and time has moved on. Man, I've never heard him jacked up like that to be on the air. That's wonderful.
Yeah, no, and I'm surprised we got the impromptu performance from him where he was able to sing. You guys do a little duet.
I feel like that could be like, hey, comedian man, tell me a joke or whatever.
Yeah, tell me a joke, pal.
He played along with it, and I know sometimes you got to like warm up the me. And no, he went right into it, and you know he's a showman guy. But like you were saying, Tom, he's ramped up about it. This is a guy that, I mean, if you look at the sheet that we got sent over about him, he's in the Hall of Fame for songwriting. He's a Grammy Award honoree, BBC Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. But like at this stage of his career, he doesn't really need to like prove anything. He's just doing it for the love of the game. And God, I mean, the fact that he's this jacked up about it is it's inspiring.
And like I saw where his lyrics, so he must have wrote like the lyrics to one of the songs down on a piece of paper, and it sold at auction for like $1.8 million. Wow. Like that's
that's pretty good.
Yeah, so
that's how good he is.
Yeah, that's how good he is. That's a good way to put it. That is how good he is. See that now he just made my day again. That's why I was so jacked up to have him on. I saw yesterday that he was coming on, and I was very excited about that. He understands emotion and how to describe what those emotions feel like better than any other songwriter. And I love how he didn't really take a shot at the Beatles, but kind of.
Oh, yeah, I caught that. He said it was invented here. Yeah. They didn't make it over there. It was like, oop, wonder who you're talking about.
I love it. I wonder who he's talking about. Might have been maybe the Beatles and the Stones, maybe. Just terrific. God, Don McLean, come back again real soon because it's just, I love the guy. He's a wonderful guy. We shall take a break and be right back. Speaking of wonderful people, wonderful KB, living on love. We got to cut a new song, Wonderful KB.
Yep.
I love it.
Except we'll have to change that lyric of, I'm glad I'm not you because I wish I was KB.
You wish you were KB too?
Yeah.
I understand completely. Kristen Burke joins us right after this. In addition to having the best selection in town, K&L Surplus and Ammo also can help you sell your firearms safely and worry-free. Very, very important. You've inherited a collection of firearms from a loved one, don't know what to do with them, or if you have guns you're no longer using, call Jim at K&L Surplus and Ammo. Jim can help you sell those firearms safely and through consignment and auction. I know Jim. He's an extremely knowledgeable guy, great guy too. Will help you get top dollar, which is very important, of course. He will help you explore all the options and take the work and stress off of your shoulders. K&L Surplus and Ammo is on Lake Drive in Lina Lakes and open Tuesday through Saturday. You can also visit them online at www.klgunstore.com.
The past several years have been the craziest in the history of the car business. The pandemic, supply chain, and chip issues all causing extreme inventory shortages that led to, well, predatory pricing. Some dealers charge thousands of dollars over MSRP.
We never played that game. I'm Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC. We knew that would leave a bad taste in a customer's mouth. More importantly, from an integrity standpoint, it was just wrong.
So what about the current market? You know, inventory and pricing.
Valley has their best inventory in years. Really all the Buick and GMC models. Even the previously hard-to-find Yukons, HD pickups, and Hummer EVs. Plenty of deep discounts. Many with factory rebates and low-interest financing.
Then it's a good time to buy?
It's a great time. We're welcoming our previous customers back, as well as anyone else that felt the treatment just didn't feel right the last time somewhere else.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Car buying without the bad aftertaste.
The new Tom Barnard Show is proud to have partners like Bradshaw and Bryant, MyPillow, and North American Banking Company founder, chairman, and president, Mike Bilski.
I've advertised on Tom's show for years, and the reason is simple. My business is recognized because of the ads, and that recognition has created growth. What business doesn't want to grow? I highly recommend the Tom Barnard Morning Show for your advertising.
Grow results for your business by partnering with the Tom Barnard Show. Visit TomBarnardShow.com, keyword partner. This is the Tom Barnard Podcast. Listen live weekday mornings, 8 to 9:30, or anytime you like as a podcast on the Tom Barnard app at TomBarnardShow.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wonderful KB, living on love. Yeah, there she is. Wonderful KB. God, I love Don McLean. I'm going to be fired up the rest of the day just because he was on.
That's good. I like it when you have an interview that kind of just energizes you for the rest of the day. It's exciting.
But it was so cool. I mean, I literally first interviewed him in 1975 on WDGY AM radio. Isn't that amazing?
That's incredible. Do you know how many times over the decades you have interviewed him? Has it been a handful? Has it been more than 10?
Yeah, more than 10, definitely.
Wow.
Just a great guy. And the funny thing about it is, people used to bitch like, well, we have him on, but he doesn't want to talk to anybody. I said, what are you talking about? Well, he doesn't really respond. I said, he doesn't shut up when I talk to him. He's wonderful.
It's
Great
so
guy.
fun when you develop a rapport with someone and have the opportunity to grow with them through their career. I just interviewed Whitney Carson for you guys who are like, who is that? She started on So You Think You Can Dance and then moved over to Dancing with the Stars. And I just posted the interview last week. And I knew her. She started out at 18. She's now 30 and a mom with 2 kids. It's really fun to be able to see like those different stages of their career.
It is indeed, but that's the kind of thing. You know, I was just talking to Dan Seaman about it yesterday, the head of programming for Hubbard. You know, we were talking about how the show is going, and you know, I was talking to Tevin and AJ a couple of days ago. It keeps ticking up, and it takes a while to build a new show, no question. But I get impatient. I know that's a surprise to everybody, but Catherine keeps saying, "What do you think? When do you think you're going to wrap it up?" I said, "I don't. Why would I want to stop doing this? This is not really work, you know. It's not, oh, I got to go to work. It's like, that's not work."
You should do it as long as it makes your heart happy.
Well, then I'll be 100.
Then that's what you should do.
I heard this song. It's really ancient. It's from 2000 something. Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be wonderful. But no, that's the whole, but thinking about that, another very, very important part of that is that song was written almost 50 years ago. Wonderful Babies. And it still applies to today. Nothing good new. I'm glad I'm not you. Because the world has gone crazy. I mean, it just keeps happening over and over and over again. The world has gone crazy.
We're settling down.
Yes, yeah.
The world is like, hold my beer.
It's all true.
Yep.
By the way, I do have to condemn you, though, because now I don't have enough hours in the day to watch all the great shows that you recommend.
I know.
God, there are a lot of good shows.
And I love hearing from the women in your audience. They like it when I throw kind of like a chick flick every once in a while. Or they do appreciate that. Mother of the Bride we talked about last week with Brooke Shields and Benjamin Bratt. I know a few people watched it, and I got messages saying that was delightful. It was breezy. It was fun. Something you don't really have to think about. Kind of a fun 90 minutes. So I'm glad everyone enjoyed it.
But I'll say it again. Streaming has made television, it's never been better. It's phenomenal. God, there's a lot of good shows.
There are. It's getting very complicated, though, because remember we talked earlier this week about Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max.
Yeah.
Bundle.
Yep.
Here's our second bundle, and now it's going to be Peacock, Netflix, and Apple TV Plus.
How did they pull that off?
Unbelievable, right?
That's
but
a
that
big combo.
shows you the state of the economy.
Yep. That's true. Very good point.
So question, if I have, and maybe it's too early to know, if I have Netflix, are they just going to now put everything from Apple TV and whatever onto my Netflix account, or do I have to now sign up separately for Apple TV and have 2 logins but 1 payment?
As of right now, they're separate apps. Like you would change the channel for your cable. We're kind of going back to the cable model right now with all of this. But if you had, because currently, I mean, I think a lot of people are like, I have a Netflix account, I might have Peacock, I might have Apple TV. If you bought all 3 of these without an ad tier plan, we're talking ad free, it's about $40 per month. So we will see what they offer and what that number is going to be when they launch it next month. This could be a cost savings for people that already subscribe to all 3 of those. And that way you'll have to cancel those and then sign up for the bundle again. And then maybe at some point they'll integrate them, but it's complicated because they're all separate services. It's not like Hulu and Disney Plus merging because they're under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just like to once again jump in because I want to thank Kristen Bird for costing me another $100 to watch television because she pointed a couple things out on BritBox, so I had to join there. So, I just keep shelling out the cash. That's all I'm saying.
We want you because I'm going to tell you here in Hollywood, you are the guy that subscribes to everything. You get the $19.99 rental. We love you. You're keeping all of us working.
Well, there's a lot of great stuff. Hey, I don't mind paying for stuff if it's good. Not a problem at all. It's like going to the movie, only I don't have to leave the house.
Right. And, entertainment bill, people put it toward different things. For some people, it's sports. For other people, it's going to be TV and film. Other people, it's actually going to the movies. And that'll be another thing we'll talk about once they launch that sports bundle, too, because all of the sports networks are coming together. And, Netflix is now getting into the NFL game, it looks like, with their Christmas Day Netflix football game.
Yep.
It's a really interesting and vastly changing landscape, and it's changing very rapidly.
One thing you want to do if you do get BritBox, though, and most people are fine, but you're going to have to use closed captions because there'll be a conversation, and there's always one per show where they go, well, I went downstairs yesterday, I was talking to some, what do you think happened? Like, what the hell did he just say? I have no idea what that second person just said. What? The hell?
It's amazing how English accents, even in the United States, sometimes you're like, what are they saying?
It's true. It's like, I have no idea what the hell you're saying. So closed captioning, it really works well. There's no question. But and again, we talked about it because I brought this up to you yesterday. I don't know why. Maybe it's been together for 44 years, might have something to do with it. But Catherine and I tend to really like the same things. We like the same type of programming, whether it's suspense or it's crime or it's we don't watch a lot of comedy stuff. Because a lot of comedy stuff is not all that funny anymore. Is there something that came out recently that's really funny?
Well, you've got Hacks, you've got
yes, you're right.
I mean, there are things that are continuing that I think should be supported. I would hate to see them go away, honestly. They're both so good.
You're right.
With female leads, which we love.
Oh, we're back at that. Chick flicks, female leads.
We do. girl power is good power.
It's very, very true. No question about it. God, you're the one that told us about Ripley, weren't you? The show Ripley, it takes place in Italy.
I don't. Oh, yeah.
You did tell us about that.
Yes, we did. The one on Netflix. Yes.
I did not know this, but we're watching it yesterday, and I can't tell people what happens because I don't want to ruin the show for them. But Ripley is an American who goes to England and then on to Italy from there, and a guy shows up at his door on about the 5th or 6th episode, and it's the transgender child of what's his face from U2.
Bono.
Bono had, what the hell's the kid's name again? It's Ethan something.
Chaz.
Or are you thinking of Sonny Bono?
No, it's not Sonny Bono.
It's not Chaz.
No, it's not Chaz. No, it's this, and the kid's really good. I mean, in the show he appears to be a boy, but I think then they talk about, I don't know. We could maybe look it up.
Elijah or John?
Is it Elijah?
Yeah, when I type in Bono's son, it's Elijah Hewson or John Hewson.
It's got to be.
I don't think I knew Bono had a transgender child.
Well, that's what they implied on there anyway, because, by the way, the person's really a damn good actor. He plays a complete prick in it, and he's really good, or she is really good at it. I mean, it was fascinating to watch. Well, no, I was going to say something, but I don't want to ruin the show for people, because some interesting things do happen in that show. I will tell you that. Holy Christ.
Did you see the movie years ago, The Talented Mr. Ripley?
Yeah. Yep.
You did? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, that has been adapted. I mean, the book is incredible. The movie's good. The series is good. It's really interesting how all 3 adaptations of it are really quality.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, I thought the kid's name was Ethan, but it's not Ethan. It doesn't matter. Whatever. If you haven't seen it, you got to start from the beginning, though, because if you jump in the middle, you're going to go, what the hell is happening? What's going on here?
Well, now I'm just confused. I was like, I just didn't know Bono had a transgender child. So now I'm going to have to fall down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Well, it looks like, and this is from a while ago, but Cher did some interview where she admitted that it wasn't easy when her son Bono announced he was transitioning in 2009.
Wait, are you talking about Bono from U2 or Sonny Bono? They're two different people.
There's Bono and Bono.
Okay, we're talking about 2 different. Okay.
Yeah. So Chaz Bono is the child of Sonny and Cher.
Yes.
Chaz Bono. Yeah.
But no.
Chaz Bono, and then Bono is the lead singer of U2. I don't know about.
But it's spelled the same, isn't it? Isn't B-O-N-O?
But pronounced differently. Sonny Bono.
Yeah.
Bono.
U2. Yes. Yeah. Right.
Wow, that was so confusing.
I'm really glad I brought it up.
I was trying to do all of this. Chaz danced on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
Yes.
But I'm just telling you, the show Ripley is really good, and that kid's one of the reasons, because when that person comes on the screen, it's like, oh my God, it gets very intense. Let me put it that way.
All right. And we'll have to figure out, and to be determined about Bono's child.
Catherine would probably know. I could call her.
Yeah, I actually didn't know Bono his kids were in the industry too. I guess maybe that's.
I had no idea that was true either. But
usually we know the Nepo babies that are around because they don't really hide, or every article is like, Cher's son, or you know what I mean. You know exactly who they are.
Right. All right. So what else? What else can you recommend that'll ruin my life?
Ooh. Well, a lot coming out of Up Fronts, of course. Only Murders in the Building said their season 4 is coming in August. Melissa McCarthy is going to be one of the stars this year. Meryl Streep is coming back. I mean, it's stacked. Eugene Levy, Eva Longoria, Zach Galifianakis, Molly Shannon. They're moving from New York to LA for part of the season. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really fun. And they put a trailer out if anyone's interested. And that might be one to catch up on, Tom. I don't know. Did you watch season 3?
I did not. I watched 1 and 2, but I have not watched 3 yet.
Yeah, so 3 was really good when Meryl Streep came into the picture, and then
I hope you like music.
Yeah, it's very sing-songy. We do a big musical, so it wasn't, in my opinion, as good as the first two, but it was still quality.
It was different, but I enjoyed it still.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's like a fun, breezy show. When you're looking for that, you don't have to sit there and think and focus on every word and every plot point. That's the show to put on.
Absolutely.
For all of Tom's female listeners and viewers, I'm going to say we've got the prequel of Legally Blonde coming. So we're going to get the origin story of Elle Woods on Amazon Prime. And Reese Witherspoon announced that at the upfronts yesterday.
Is she the one that has the talk show? Now, who's the one that has the talk show?
That's Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore, that's right.
Yes,
what did she say?
The one who talks really close to everyone like this.
Yeah, she does. She gets
and
right in her face.
Kamala Harris Mamala. Did everyone see that?
Which, you know what Mamala means?
Exactly. That's why Drew got in trouble.
You don't want to call somebody Mamala.
That's why Drew got in trouble.
Okay, the two young fellas have no idea what Mamala means.
Am I gonna have to cut this in post production?
Maybe you might have to.
Maybe I'll just look it up later then.
No, I don't think it's not that big a deal, is it?
I think a lot of people, felt like it was very uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable. And on top of it, Drew is like in her face. And, with Secret Service around, you probably don't want to get into the vice president's lap. Just saying.
Did you know that Kamala dropped the F-bomb in an interview yesterday? Did you see that?
Who upset her?
Nobody upset her. She was laughing, and she said, things are effed up or something like that.
Oh,
but she said the word. She didn't say effed up. She said the entire words. Like,
all right. I
I've
think
never
that's
heard
like
a vice president.
when people do it, that's genuine.
But I mean, it's the vice president saying the F-bomb. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
I don't know. I feel like everyone says it. It's like part of the vernacular these days.
I mean, I never do, but.
I saw your Facebook post, Tom.
Oh, you saw that when it slipped out. Should I tell that story quickly?
I'm watching you, Tom. So you can't
you
get
are.
away with
You do.
things.
Yeah, on Facebook, I can't get away from you on Facebook.
Nope.
There's no question. But somebody had asked the question, have you ever sworn on the air accidentally? 1987 or 8, I'm in Studio A at the old building, KQ, and I'm talking on the air, and of course I don't see it, but this spider comes right down from the ceiling, and I mean, literally bounces off my nose. It was that close to my face, and when it bounced off my nose, I went, F! Because it shocked the hell out of me. I mean, the spider was pretty big. I mean, not huge. It's not a tarantula, but it was a pretty big spider. But just to have a spider land on your nose out of nowhere was really weird.
The spider in 1980 was like this big. In 2024, a spider landed on my nose.
It was unbelievable. Covered my entire face. It was unbearable. I don't know what to do.
Each decade it grows.
Each decade it just keeps on growing. No question about it. What the hell? Anything else new I should watch that'll ruin my life?
Tonight, and I think this is kind of a cool one because this was out on IMAX, but now it's on Disney Plus. Queen, their Rock Montreal concert has been remastered. It's from several nights in November 1981. So for anyone who's a Queen fan, that has landed on Disney Plus, and you can watch it beginning tonight.
God, 43 years old.
Crazy, right?
That's amazing. 43 years old. God, unbelievable.
Yeah, enhanced sound and everything, so it should be really good.
I like it. So everything else is good?
Everything else is good. Tomorrow we should talk about commencement speeches and celebrities and why it's just a really bad idea. How about that? Devin's eyes just got huge.
Are you talking about the Chiefs?
Well, I mean, the Chiefs, Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah. I mean, it's really one of
that
the
was
things.
Sad.
A lot of people are walking out in general. And if I were a publicist, I would say this is not the year to do a commencement speech, period.
I have a question. You walk out on Jerry Seinfeld because he's talking about Jews. Jerry Seinfeld is a Jew.
They were protesting Palestine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but he's a Jew. What's he supposed to do?
Well, his speech was zero politics, but
I know.
It's really against the university per se, not necessarily against Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, I see.
You're seeing a lot of students walk out just in general out of their graduation ceremonies. So in protest. And listen, it's peaceful. What are you going to do?
Yeah, it is peaceful. That's true.
I mean, yeah, they're just walking out in silence. Of course, is it disruptive to the ceremony for a moment? Sure. But they're not storming the stage and causing chaos.
Okay. So when are they going to use the chant?
What's the chant?
We'll take the Jews and the Palestinians, but we don't want the Irish. One of the great. You've never heard that before?
No.
Oh my God.
You're like, what?
Well, it didn't say Palestinians and the Jews. It was. Well, I can't say what it was because it's two very derogatory.
Do not do it, Tom. Do not do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Tom in the middle of a ceasefire protest, like, we don't want the Irish. Everybody's like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Why are you chanting about the Irish?
Yeah, but we can talk about Harrison tomorrow if you want to.
We'll get that done. I do have to mention we're not going to have a family show today because Andy needs one more day of recovery from his surgery. And Alex, a problem has developed in the family, very sad situation. So she's not going to be in today either. So we're just not going to do the show and let our children have a day for themselves because it's necessary. Everything else good?
Yes, and we are sending lots of strength, prayers, and love to Andy. We're glad to hear the surgery went well.
It did indeed. No question. Thank you.
Bye.
Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All right, any closing words from you two hunyucks?
AJ, anything? No chance you want? Yeah.
No chance? Any chance? We don't want the Irish?
Keep the Guinness. I want to keep the Guinness.
Oh, God, Guinness used to be so... I haven't had a Guinness now in like 15 years. Way to bring it up.
Don't say it's
kind of an overrated beer.
No, it's not. It's delicious. It's fantastic.
Start a controversy as we're heading
no. The show. We're fighting after the show. I hope you know that now.
Glug, glug is all I have to say to you two. All right, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thanks. Bye.